Hello, Matt here. Welcome. I want to give you guys a little walkthrough of a edible ecosystem food forest garden setup. This is something that is referred to often as a banana circle, and what it is, you'll see that bananas are set into a circle here, and then the center of the banana circle is a pile of compost because bananas like a lot of nutrients. And the idea behind an edible forest garden is that we want to create an ecosystem, and we want to use it to help build the nutrients in the soil, build the microbial life in the soil, build the water retention of the soil, and also we want a system that it's not dug up and replanted every year like an annual garden. So you'll see plants in here that are longer lived. They're perennial plants. This ground never gets tilled. And what we do with the soil is add, this is a lot of mulch piled up. This system right here is 1 year old, almost today, it's 1 year. And you can see, you can get zoomed in here. This is really starting to get a nice brown. There was no soil brought in here. This is decomposing mulch. So as the system develops, we plant plants in here that build the nutrients of the soil. This is sun hemp, and it takes nitrogen out of the atmosphere and puts it into the soil. It helps to build the soil. There's a lot of different plants that can be incorporated into the system, more so than are in here right now. We would normally incorporate a lot more soil building plants. These are a lot of edible plants, which is great, and that's the end goal that we want. I'll point out some of the trees. This is bananas. You can see the stalk of bananas up here. The bananas love all the nutrients of the stuff that you dump in the middle, and you never have to turn this compost pile, so you just throw your compost in here and it's really easy. Once the compost pile gets really big, they planted a tree in here, so you can plant a tree of your liking. You could plant a loquat, you could plant any kind of peach tree or a citrus tree in here, or whatever your favorite kind of tree is that grows in your climate. This is a papaya tree, so we want papayas in here. There's a loquat tree back there. These are pineapples around the edge. This is a ginger. So ginger is a very, very tasty plant. Also, it's a very good plant for you. Turmeric is also similar. There's a lot of edible leaf crops that you can plant in here. This is a taro, which is an edible root crop. Another thing we just harvested here, this is from a different area of the garden. This is a yucca, and this is also a 1 year old plant, so you can dig up the root. This is a very sweet, starchy, calorie dense, very common in more South American and Central American countries, but grows well in our climate. And this is another tree here. This is a moringa tree. This is touted as being one of the most nutrient-dense leaf crops there are. They're using it to plant in Africa to help fight malnutrition. It's got tons of different vitamins in it, more protein than yogurt per unit weight. You eat the leaf directly. There's many different types of plants that can be planted that are perennial. 5 different types of perennial lettuce plants that can be used in a summer salad mix. Pot herbs that can be used in place of spinach, things like that grow year round and grow together to help build the soil. And these systems are also designed for progression. You want to have it in mind what the system's going to continue to look like as it grows older. The moringa tree, it can be chopped back. It's almost like a weed. It grows very fast. So right now, this small tree that we put in here is very protected. But if that tree needs more nutrients, then we can chop the other trees back and give it more nutrients. And as time goes on, the larger woody trees that you end up planting are going to get larger and outcompete the other trees. And so what you end up with is a dynamic, evolving system that, as it ages, you'll end up with more larger fruit-producing trees and maybe less herb type of salad and spinach type of plants. But you can have as many or as few trees as you want. So if you want to keep more herby type of plants, you can grow peppers in here. You can grow any of the long-lived different types of herbs. You can mix annual vegetables in with it or have a separate garden bed around it. But this is a great addition. You know, once every year and a half, you can harvest your pineapples in here, which do well in Florida. Your papayas are going to be harvested once a year. You can have tons of papayas, way more than you can eat, growing in a very small yard. So these systems are awesome to interact with, and it's awesome to see the soil develop as it ages. And you can dig around, and you start seeing more microbial life. You start seeing more worms in the soil. You'll start seeing more birds move in. You definitely want a lot of pollinating plants, native flowering plants planted in here to help attract wildlife, and really help rebuild the ecosystem in your house, in your small plot. So it's a great way to grow food, and also to kind of connect with nature, and also, you know, bring nature to you and help restore a little bit of habitat that might have been displaced by where we live and where we eat and where we go to the store and things like that. So yeah, I hope you all can go out and you know, learn something from this, and, you know, look up permaculture, look up food forest gardens, and you know, see what grows well in your area. You know, Google some meetup groups or something to get involved with the permaculture community. There's a lot of people that know a lot of plants in your area. You just maybe don't know about them. They can share all kinds of stuff no matter where you live. So yeah, get involved and restore some ecosystems.